Hello and welcome to Body Bags. My name is James and I'm your Sunday night reviewer. And this evening I'll be bringing you another review from my wonderful sauna. Switched off sauna, which is why I'm fully clothed. So I've been away all this weekend, family things, up in the middle of Finland. So I haven't actually watched many films. I watched a couple this week. And the original one I was going to do was Diodoro's Body Count. But for some reason my brain is a little soft on that one. So I decided to do the other film, which is a English, Canadian and South African kind of get together release. And it goes by the title of The Bone Snatcher, which is a 2003 direct-to-DVD jaunt. I think Wolfston, the name of the director. Oh, sorry, I don't have the actual physical DVD. This is a Prime watch. So basically, the film. We're following three in the Namib Desert. Three, I think they're diamond excavators, or they're looking for diamonds or something like that. And they break through. There's this mound in the desert, this kind of small dune, and it's actually hard. And they break into it, and they release something, and they go missing. So then we jump to Canada, and we have a extreme survival scientist who looks at different extreme conditions. He gets basically, through his company, shipped over to the Namib Desert. He joins up with another team that are there, and basically they go on a hunt looking for them. This team consists of a few different people. We have they're being based out in Africa for a while. There's a British person and South African, a few South African people. And anyway, they go looking for this crew, and they find two of the three remains, and they're basically just bones. There's nothing left of them, but they see these odd tracks, and they decide to go looking, because they're like, well, it must be the third person has gone insane, killed them and run off. But they find the third one, and again it's just bones. So they're like, shit, something else has done this. One thing leads to another. They have truck issues, and there's a couple of sightings of what dispatched of this previous team, and becomes a little bit of a generic cutting people one by one until they really start to figure out what it is, and at the end there's a bit of a showdown. Yeah, and that's kind of it. I don't want to go too much into it. There's not really much to go into, to be honest. It's quite a and they get to the desert. It's basically just a lot of bickering between the team members and running around desert, and not too much else. There's not quite enough of the monster, but when you do see the monster, it's pretty different. It's quite clever. Yeah, it uses the bones, I'll just say, for movement, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. It uses the bones. Yeah, it's CG, but then there's also a few practical effects, and when it uses the skull, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, especially when they see it from a distance and stuff like that. And they can it's a physical thing. It's not like a ghost or anything. They can shoot it, but that doesn't really hurt it. But they try and figure out a way to kind of dispatch this at the end anyway. Like I said, it's quite a not a lot happens in the film. Now this like amazing scenery. There's a few bits where our extreme weather situation scientist, whatever he is, when he turns up and attacks and he gets dropped into the desert, looks pretty epic. It looks really cool, and there's a small interaction with the local, which is pretty good. But when they're kind of starting like running around the dunes and stuff like that, it kind of becomes quite monotonous, and there's a few bits in the night, but it's mainly in the day, and you don't really have that suspense. There's not really enough of the creature, and yeah, that doesn't really have any suspense and dread to it. So yeah, it feels like a bit of a miss. It's like it could have been pretty epic. You're stranded out in the middle of a desert with this thing out there. There's no real like then the gore is like After Effect gore, so you see a couple of little bits and pieces. Sorry. I'm driving for a combination of 12 hours across 3 days, which in recreational time isn't really normal. Driving around a lot, 1,000+ kilometers, but yeah, sorry, tired. Yeah, it just feels like this was a bit of a miss. The atmosphere, like I said, the location. Well, the atmosphere was a bit of a miss, especially when you have the location of what it is, what the creature is. The script could have been a little more interesting. The acting's not so bad, but they just could have done a bit more with it. It's kind of like, this would have made a good short, like a good half an hour. It feels like some episode on some horror thing, like a slightly extended, like some Masters of Horror or something like that. I don't know, like 40-minute thing or something. It just feels too dragged out, and it's kind of ends up being big budget sci-fi channel sort of thing. It's worth checking out. It is worth checking out for like the kind of the creature alone. It's quite interesting, and it does look good. It just, like I said, becomes a little monotonous at the end. But as British, Canadian, South African combination straight to video films from the early 2000s go, it's probably one of the better ones, to be honest. So that'll be my review for this evening. So tomorrow we start off, we have our OG week. So we have 7 of the kind of original crew of Body Bags. They are doing classic horror films. So 7 of the old guys, 7 films. And the week after that, as New Blood comes back, the newbies, and we do the remake of the horror of the original film that they've done. Should be pretty cool. Looking forward to it. I'm linking with Moods on Sunday, and we are both doing the old Dark House, so that should be pretty cool. And I think it's we have Derek tomorrow, and then obviously he'll be followed by Corey the week after. But check in, it's going to be a great week. Looking forward to it, and yeah, okay then. So I won't see you all next week, because you will have Moods on Sunday, and I'll be following the week after that. Hope you enjoy, and see you guys soon. Bye bye.